If I told you that your anxiety, your pain, your fatigue, or whatever fun chronic illness symptom that you usually have isn't actually the problem, would you believe me? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about how your symptoms aren't actually the problem. They aren't the enemy, and they aren't the thing that are actually keeping you stuck, even though it feels just like that. If you're anything like I was, you've spent months, maybe even years, trying to figure out what is wrong with me. You Google your symptoms, you analyze every sensation, you track every symptom in your body like it's a clue, you try to fix it with so many supplements, diets, protocols, and even though you're trying so fucking hard to fix it, it still keeps getting worse or staying the same. You try to calm it down, you try to eat perfectly, you try to do the right routine, you try to fix it, you even try to think more positive, and your body still reacts. And then that sends feedback to your brain, and your brain confirms, yes, see, something is really wrong. And then it loops over and over and over again, and you're on a nightmare ride from hell. So here's one of the things that changed everything for me on my healing journey. It's when I learned that my symptoms were not the enemy, my symptoms were not the problem, they were the messengers. They were messengers from my body trying to tell me that it felt overwhelmed. I know that can actually sound super annoying or cliche or a little too simple, but stay with me for a second. If you suffer with chronic symptoms, your body is not trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you. Every symptom that you feel, either anxiety, nausea, dizziness, brain fog, heart palpitations, pain, whatever it is, that is your brain and nervous system going, hey,
I think we're in danger.
even when you're literally just sitting on the couch watching Netflix and you logically know that everything's fine, and those symptoms come ablazing and you're like, what the fuck is going on? That is your brain acting like you're being chased by a bear, because in the subconscious, at a nervous system level, it really believes that your life is in danger. So when you treat those symptoms that come up like the enemy, like something that you need to immediately fix, stop, change, or freak out about, you're basically telling your brain, yes, this is dangerous. And then what does your brain do? Well, it doubles down. It sends off those alarms even harder. It fires off new symptoms and it reaffirms that loop. So then the cycle can become something like you feel a symptom, you try to fix it or you freak out about it, the symptoms get louder, you freak out more, your brain confirms danger and your body reacts more, and round it goes. And then you're stuck trying to control something that is actually being fueled by control. But when you start to understand that this isn't actually dangerous, even though everything in me is telling me that it is dangerous, it isn't actually dangerous. It's just my body trying to protect me. That's when you can start changing things. You go from, oh my God, make this stop, to saying, ah, yes, these symptoms, they feel uncomfortable, but I'm not in danger. You stop fighting your body and fighting the symptoms, and that is what begins to show its safety. Let me be clear, this doesn't mean that you have to love your symptoms. That doesn't mean that you have to sit there and welcome them with open arms. But it does mean that you change your response. You can still hate the symptoms. Of course, you don't want them to be there, but you change how you respond to them when you view them through a lens of the fact that they're only trying to protect you. This is what really changes things for people. This is what really changed things for me when I knew that those symptoms didn't mean that I was missing something, that I wasn't doing something right, that I needed a different supplement or protocol, that I needed to fix, but that it was simply my body not feeling safe at a subconscious level. In order to heal, you need to stop viewing your symptoms as proof that something is wrong with you, but viewing them as a sign that your nervous system and your brain just doesn't quite feel safe yet. Now, this doesn't mean that your symptoms are just random or that they're in your head. It means that they are signals. Your brain and your nervous system have one main job, and that is to keep you alive. Not to make you happy, not to make you comfortable. It does not care as long as you are surviving. I like to use the analogy of a smoke alarm. If a smoke alarm goes off when there's a fire, it saved your life. That's awesome. It's done its job. But if every time that you burn toast, or you simply turn the toaster on, or you even look at the toaster, that fire alarm goes off, does it mean that there's actual danger? No. It just means that it's misfiring. Your nervous system has become hypersensitive to those little things around you. It put them in a microscope so that those little shifts in your body or those little signs around you go off like big alarms and become big deals. It thinks that things are dangerous that actually aren't. And it's sending those symptoms to warn you, to try and protect you from the perceived threat. And the key is that the symptom is real, the sensations are very real, but the danger is not. So when you jump in and go, what supplement do I take? How do I fix this?
Oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Your brain sees that and goes, exactly, there is a problem here. Stay on alert, stay on guard, keep these alarms on. But when you understand that this is just my nervous system sending me a signal, it may be oversensitive right now, but that's okay. It's just trying to protect me. It's not a sign that I'm broken. There's nothing to fix, fight, figure out, or freak out about. And you stop treating the symptoms like they are the enemy, and you start addressing the actual issue, which is that your brain and nervous system think that you're not safe. That's when things start turning around. Remember, your symptoms are not problems, they are messengers. Here's what I would suggest to start changing that relationship with your symptoms so that you begin to understand and show your body at a subconscious level that the symptoms are not a threat, are not danger, and those alarms don't need to keep going. So when you get a flare of symptoms, when those symptoms come on or they get louder than usual, your brain is going to probably freak out, turn negative, scan for more danger, try to fix or figure out, because essentially it's exhausted. I'm guessing that you've probably been living this way for a while and you're sick and tired of it, and you would do anything to feel better. The first thing you're going to want to do is recognize the thoughts that your brain is having. Any thoughts like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. What am I missing? What can I do to fix it? Does this mean I'm going backwards? What is wrong with me? Those are all part of the danger signals and the mechanism of protection in itself. And recognizing and acknowledging, okay, this is my brain trying to figure this out, trying to analyze and solve this for me. It's just trying to protect me. But actually, even though it doesn't feel like it, I'm still safe, and this is just my body trying to protect me. It's going to come at you over and over and over again because it's that need, that drive to make this stop, make this go away, because it is so damn uncomfortable. And you're going to want to keep reminding yourself, this isn't actually dangerous. Discomfort does not equal danger. I am safe. My body is just trying to protect me. My brain is just trying to protect me by having these thoughts. And by changing my relationship, this is how I start to signal safety. That awareness and that acknowledgement alone is what begins to signal safety. You can then take a few times throughout your day to close your eyes, drop into your body. If it helps, put a hand over where you feel the symptom the strongest, whether it's your chest, your head, your sinuses, your feet, whatever it is that is screaming at you the loudest. Put your hand there if you can. You don't have to, but if it feels right, go ahead. And just feel into it for a second. Observe that sensation without trying to change it or fix it or solve it or freak out about it, but just simply sit with it for a few seconds and remind yourself, okay, this part is just trying to protect me. Thank you. Thank you. I hear you. I see you. I acknowledge you. I'm listening. You don't have to fight so hard anymore. You don't have to work so hard anymore. I'm here now. I'm present with you. And then just breathe into that sensation, not trying to change it, but just breathing into it, giving it some space. Your body has been fighting for a long time, trying to get you to hear it. It's been sending these signals probably for years before you even realized that they were there, before they became loud enough to debilitate you to this level. Your body was sending those signals, and we either fixed them, shoved them away, ignored them, thought that they were wrong, repressed them, or they scared us, so we tried to avoid them as much as possible. And over time, it grew and grew, and that stress bucket got higher and higher and higher until the tipping point where it just could not take it anymore and it started screaming. Now, typically, when the body starts screaming, we tend to freak out about it. We tend to try and fix it. We tend to fight it. And that reinforces that danger loop all over again. And this is what gets us stuck. So when those symptoms get loud, everything in you is going to want to try and change them, is going to wish that this moment was different. And it's okay to feel that way. It's totally understandable. But to change that pattern, to actually rewire that alarm loop, we need to acknowledge those symptoms, acknowledge that they aren't the enemy, they're signals, and then sit with them, be with them even just for a few seconds. If it's really overwhelming and painful, just a few seconds is enough to start changing that pattern. And say to them, thank you. I understand now that you were just trying to protect me. You don't have to carry this alone anymore. I'm here. I'm listening. And I am capable of feeling this. Now, you're not just going to do this a couple times and then all of a sudden the symptoms are going to be better. It's going to take repetition. And this is what can be hard and exhausting about healing, but it's also hard to stay the same, to be fighting all the time, to be stuck in that loop for years and years on end. So yes, healing might be one of the hardest things that you ever do because it takes dedication, commitment, and time. But there is a light at the end of that tunnel versus just staying the same, constantly fighting, fixing, figuring out, pushing away, analyzing, solving. That just stays. It never stops. So I promise you, even though you're exhausted by this, even though it seems like the opposite of what you want to do, even though I wish there was a magic pill we could all take to just make it go away, this is how rewiring at a subconscious level happens. And you can get there and it will be so worth it. Now, if this is clicking for you and it's helping you see your symptoms a little bit differently, or you really want to change that relationship with your symptoms so that you can ultimately turn off those alarms and feel better, this is exactly the work that I go deeper into inside my Brain Body Reclaim program. You can check it out in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them or even make further in-depth videos because I want to connect with you. I want to help people who are going through these chronic illness or chronic symptom issues because I was there, I know exactly what it feels like, and I know that you can heal. There is a life outside of all of this waiting for you. There is a you deep in there waiting to bloom, waiting to surface again, and you can access this. There is hope and healing is possible.